Script section, scene script. Have you ever paused to consider the impact of a simple thank you on your spiritual well-being? Welcome, dear listener, to our tranquil journey into the human spirit, where we gently explore the enlightening power of gratitude. Gratitude, a concept so simple yet deeply profound, extends far beyond the utterance of thank you. It's a heartfelt acknowledgement, a sincere recognition of the goodness that graces our lives. It's the warm, comforting glow that swells within our hearts when we stop to admire the breathtaking beauty of a sunset or the unexpected kindness of a stranger. It's the effervescent joy that springs forth when we take a moment to contemplate the love that connects us to our family and friends. This, dear listener, is the true essence of gratitude. So why is gratitude such a crucial aspect of our lives? The answer lies within its transformative potency. When we choose to express gratitude, we consciously shift our attention from what is absent in our lives to what is present. We exchange dissatisfaction for appreciation, discontent for joy. This change in perspective can transform our life experiences in the most profound ways. Allow me to share a personal anecdote. Once I found myself ensnared in the hectic rush of a traffic jam, running late for an important rendezvous. The stress was palpable, frustration imminent. It was in that moment I decided to take a breath and express gratitude. I expressed my thanks to the universe for the comfort of my car, the soothing melodies that calmed my nerves, the security of the roads. In that serene moment, my frustration dissipated, replaced by a sense of tranquility and satisfaction. A day that had threatened to descend into turmoil was miraculously transformed by a simple act of gratitude. Imagine if we could channel this transformative power every day. Imagine being able to transition from frustration to tranquility, from discontent to joy, just by expressing gratitude. It's not about denying our challenges, but about recognizing and appreciating the beauty and goodness that exist alongside those challenges. Gratitude is not merely a feeling, it's a deliberate choice. A choice to perceive the world through a lens of appreciation, a choice to concentrate on abundance rather than scarcity. And when we make that choice, we welcome joy, peace, and satisfaction into our lives. Gratitude, as we discover, is a potent force that can beautifully reshape our lives. But what about mindfulness? How does it play a role in our lives? Mindfulness. It's a term we often hear, but what does it really mean? Simply put, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment. It's about not letting our minds wander off to the past or the future, but rather anchoring ourselves in the now. It's about embracing the ebb and flow of life and finding peace within it. Why is this important? Well, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of daily life. We're often so focused on our to-do lists, our worries, our plans, that we forget to actually live in the present moment. But the present moment is where life happens. It's where we experience joy, sorrow, love, and all the rich textures of being human. Now let's delve into a personal anecdote to illustrate this. Picture this. A few years ago, I was caught in the throes of a particularly stressful situation. My mind was a whirlwind of worries, anxieties, and worst-case scenarios. But then, I remembered a mindfulness technique I had learned, focusing on my breath. I took a moment to sit down, close my eyes, and simply breathe. I paid attention to the sensation of the air entering and leaving my lungs. I noticed the rise and fall of my chest. Slowly but surely I began to feel more grounded. My mind started to quiet down. I was able to navigate the situation with a newfound sense of calm and clarity. That's the power of mindfulness. It helps us stay grounded in the midst of chaos. It allows us to experience life more fully, more authentically. It encourages us to engage with the world around us in a more meaningful way. So, how does mindfulness tie in with gratitude? Well, when we're fully present, we're more likely to notice and appreciate the good things in our lives. We become more aware of the beauty and joy that surrounds us. In this way, mindfulness and gratitude go hand in hand. Mindfulness, like gratitude, is a powerful tool that can enhance our daily lives. You might wonder, how do gratitude and mindfulness connect? It's like asking how the sun and the earth interact. They're two separate entities, yet one cannot exist without the other. Gratitude and mindfulness are similar. They're two sides of the same coin, each enriching and strengthening the other. Let's dive into this interesting intersection. Mindfulness is the practice of being present, being aware of where we are and what we're doing, not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's happening around us. Now, when we couple this state of being with gratitude, something magical happens. We begin to appreciate the present moment in its entirety, without judgment, without fear. We start to see things for what they are, not what we want them to be. Let me share a personal story to illustrate this point. There was a time when life seemed like a constant race against the clock. The pressure to achieve more, to do more, was overwhelming. It was during this time that I stumbled upon the practice of mindfulness. As I began to invest time in being present, in really experiencing each moment, I started to see the beauty in the mundane, the extraordinary in the ordinary. A cup of coffee was no longer just a beverage, it was an orchestra of flavors. A walk in the park wasn't just exercise, it was a symphony of sights and sounds. But the true transformation came when I started to express gratitude for these experiences. The world didn't change, but my perception of it did. I was no longer racing against time, I was dancing with it. This is the power of gratitude and mindfulness combined. They enable us to appreciate the present moment, to find joy in what is, not what could be. They teach us to value experiences over possessions, connections over achievements. They remind us that happiness is not a destination, it's a journey. Gratitude and mindfulness are not just practices, they're a way of life. They're the keys to unlocking the door to a more fulfilling life, a life of contentment, a life of peace. When we practice gratitude and mindfulness together, we open the door to a more fulfilling life. So, how do we cultivate these two powerful practices? Let's begin by saying that cultivating gratitude and mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It's about small, incremental changes that, over time, lead to a shift in mindset and behavior. To cultivate gratitude, start by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, jot down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as small as a good cup of coffee or as significant as a loved one's health. The act of writing them down can help you to consciously focus on the positive aspects of your life. Next, practice saying thank you more often, not just for big gestures, but for the small, everyday kindnesses that often go unnoticed. This could be thanking your barista for your morning coffee or your colleague for their help with a project. By expressing gratitude, we're acknowledging the goodness in our lives. Now let's talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, fully engaged in whatever you're doing or experiencing. One way to cultivate mindfulness is through meditation. Just a few minutes a day can make a difference. There are many guided meditations available online that can help you get started. Another way to practice mindfulness is by doing everyday tasks with full attention. This could be washing the dishes, walking the dog, or even brushing your teeth. The goal is not to rush through the task, but to be fully present and engaged in the process. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. There will be days when it's harder to feel grateful or to be mindful. That's okay. Just keep trying, keep practicing. Over time, these practices can lead to increased happiness, reduced stress, and a greater sense of well-being. And lastly, share your journey with others. By sharing your experiences of gratitude and mindfulness, you can inspire others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and growth. With practice, gratitude and mindfulness can become second nature. So what happens when we make gratitude and mindfulness a part of our daily lives? The transformative power of gratitude and mindfulness is nothing short of spectacular. It's like a silent revolution that begins in our minds, gradually unfurling to touch every aspect of our lives. When we start to consciously cultivate these practices, we open ourselves up to a world of benefits. Happiness, for instance, becomes a frequent visitor. As we focus on the present moment and appreciate the good in our lives, we naturally foster a positive mindset. We see the world through a lens of appreciation, which in turn fuels our happiness. It's like a beautiful cycle where gratitude begets happiness, which then spurs more gratitude. Stress, that unwelcome guest, doesn't find much room in a mind filled with gratitude and mindfulness. When we're rooted in the present, we're not fretting over past regrets or future uncertainties. We're here now, aware and thankful. This sense of calm and peace acts as a powerful antidote to stress, helping us navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. And let's not forget about relationships. They too stand to gain from our practice of gratitude and mindfulness. When we're present and appreciative, we become better listeners, more empathetic friends, and kinder companions. We're more likely to express our gratitude to others, and this expression of appreciation can strengthen our bonds, fostering healthier, happier relationships. To illustrate, let me share a personal story. I remember a time when life felt like a relentless whirlwind of deadlines and demands. I was stressed and disconnected. Then I discovered gratitude and mindfulness. I started to appreciate the small moments, to truly be present. It was transformative. My stress levels dropped dramatically, my relationships improved, and I found a sense of joy I hadn't felt in a long time. Gratitude and mindfulness have the power to transform not just our lives, but also the lives of those around us. Let's remember to cherish the present moment and cultivate an attitude of gratitude. It's a powerful path to transformation.